Parama Karuna Godrume Jano Nityananda Parama Karuna Godrume Jano Parama Karuna Godrume Jano Parama Karuna Godrume Sabhavatara Sarashiromani Kevalananda Kanda Sabhavatara Sarashiromani Kevalananda Kanda Kevala Ananda Kanda Kevalananda Kanda Kevala Ananda Kanda Kevalananda Bhajo Bhajo Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudra Vishwas Puri Bhajo Bhajo Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudra Vishwas Puri Vishaya Chariya Seva Se Majhiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Vishaya Chariya Seva Se Majhiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Vishaya Chariya Seva Se Majhiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Vishaya Chariya Seva Se Majhiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari Mukhe Bolo Hari 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 देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवन में गाय है मनोदय देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवन में गाय है मनोदय देखो रे भाई त्रिभुवन में गाय Pashupati jhure, pashanadi dhare, shuni jale gunagata. Pashupati jhure, pashanadi dhare, shuni jale gunagata. Pashupati jhure, pashanadi dhare, Shuni jare gunagata. Pashupati jhure, pashanadi dhare, shuni jare gunagata. Shuni jare gunagata. Shuni jare पदे आशा संसारे माजिया रोहिणी कोरिया श्रीमदे नानी आशा संसारे माजिया रोहिणी कोरिया श्रीमदे नानी आशा संसारे माजिया रोहिणी कोरिया श्रीमदे नानी अपना करना मुंजाए समान कोरे लोचन दास अपना करना मुंजाए समान कोरे लोचन दास लोचन दास कोरे लोचन दास Parama Karuna Bhajans ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। So last week we were discussing the fifth chapter, started the fifth chapter. Very naturally, we ventured into a very special discussion on Ekadashi. Remember how? So we were discussing first verses. We can recite after me. Sannyasam karmanam Krishna.
Sannyasam karmanam Krishna.
Punaryogam cha shamsasi.
Punaryogam cha shamsasi.
Yachreya etayorekam.
Yachreya etayorekam.
Tanme bruhi sunishchitam.
Tanme bruhi sunishchitam.
So we were discussing this, and Arjuna's predicament was brought out. A similar predicament he has in the third chapter. First you say renounce, then work at your behest. Now kindly tell me which of the two is best. Work at your behest, आपके कथन अनुसार कार्य करना, or to renounce, सब छोड़ देना. Please tell me. Hare Krishna. So, work and renunciation. It's like asking, should I eat or should I fast? That's why we brought up this analogy. Work and renunciation, of course, from the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna had talked about Buddhi Yoga, we talked about that. And Buddhi Yoga is very much equated to working in with bhakti. And then there's renunciation, Sankhya Yoga. So which of the two is better? Right? That's when we said, when we discuss the second verse and then we'll proceed today. Second verse he says, Sanya, Krishna says, first verse was questioned by Arjuna. Second is the answer of Krishna. Sannyasa karma yogascha. Sorry. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Sannyasa karma yogascha.
Sannyasa karma yogascha.
Nishreyasa karabhau.
Nishreyasa karabhau.
Tayostu karma sannyasad.
Tayostu karma sannyasad.
Karma yogo vishishyate.
Karma yogo vishishyate.
So, it's basically, we went through this detail, very beautiful words. Nishreyas karau. Sannyasa, karma yoga cha, both of them. Nishreyas sakarau. In Sanskritam there is dvivachanam. The dvivachanam has a purpose. Dono. Because dualities are often there. Good and bad, action and inaction. So Krishna is saying it's not about one being suppressed by the other or one being ignored for other. Nishraya sakarau, both are very good, both are required. दोनों की आवश्यकता है. Both are good for liberation. Nishraya sakarau. किंतु तयोस्तु, उन दोनों के बीच कर्म संन्यासात् कर्म योगः विशिष्यते. Of the two, better than karma sannyasa is karma yoga. Now, when we say better, it is relative. That is when we discussed Ekadashi, right? Went through great details of Ekadashi. Is fasting better or feasting better? Today is again Ekadashi. So, is Ekadashi better or Dwadashi better? So on Ekadashi, Ekadashi is better. On Dwadashi, Dwadashi is better. You know? What is better? To sleep or to wake up? When it's time to sleep, it's better to sleep. When it's time to wake up, it's better to wake up. Alright? Depends on when you ask this question. So for Arjuna sitting on the battlefield, which is better, fighting or not fighting? Fighting. Two brothers are there at home, fighting or not fighting? Not fighting. Depends on where you are. Of course, कृष्ण भी शांति दूत बन के गए थे ताकि युद्ध की आवश्यकता न पड़े. Krishna tried very hard not to not have a battle. And Arjuna and everyone asking why you want to go Krishna. Krishna said no. Better to be a Shanti Dut here than on the battlefield. Can you imagine? War begins and Krishna's. When somebody goes like Shanti Dut, Shanti, Shanti. That Shanti is seen as a sign of weakness. But Shanti as a Dut before the war begins is strength, magnanimity of heart. When you ask is important, right? There's no blanket answer. So Arjuna, you are in the middle of the battlefield. So Karma Yogo Vishishyate. That is. Now just we'll take this forward. We went from Ekadashi discussion. Now we'll have another branch of today. But before that branch of there's a beautiful verse. Karma Yoga. This is in the. This is by Vedanta Desika. Okay, so he says. कर्मयोगस्य सौकर्य शैघ्रयं काश्चन तद्विदाः ब्रह्मज्ञानप्रकारश्च पंचमाध्याय उच्यते. So what is it? Fifth chapter is very easy to practice. Why? So the word used here is saukarya. In the context of this word, saukarya, it's easy to practice. Why? Because it shaighram, very easily it yields results. Why? Because Krishna is saying karma yoga vishishyate, but shreyasa karubhav, both are important. It's like saying is Dwadashi important or Ekadashi important? Because Dwadashi in preparation for the next Ekadashi is important. Which means your Dwadashi also you are having, but you are regulating yourselves. Not a Dwadashi aa gaya, Ekadashi gaya. Not like that. Goodbye Ekadashi. Yes, I was waiting for you Dwadashi. No. You respect the Dwadashi as much as you respect Ekadashi. So you respect Karma Yoga as much as you respect Karma Sannyasa, but with full respect to Karma Sannyasa, you perform Karma Yoga. In fact, in Dhanurveda, it's very important. Like we had our Gurukul children's Pradarshan whole day. Just now we came back. Right? And they were showing Dhanur with Dhanu Shastra. Right? Now, in that, it is considered जब कोई भी शस्त्र आप उठाएंगे तो शस्त्र को धारण करना उतना ही महत्वपूर्ण है जितना शस्त्र को धारण करके बाण को छोड़ना उतना ही महत्वपूर्ण है जितना बाण को नियंत्रण में रखना. You should not wield a weapon if you are not able to control it. Even the release of the weapon should be in your control. That is the principle. So that you are able to release out to the right person. Not like Ashwatthama. To know where to release, when to release, and release as per your discretion is very important. I mean, people who got killed because I was moving the gun around, no control. So here, such a nice point. Karma yoga with karma sannyasa consciousness. Somebody wants to pass. unless somebody wanted a pass. So this is the chance and the pass. Anyways, I'll continue this discussion. Sannyasa means relinquishing, right? So when we do karma yoga, we should relinquish the thought. What thought? That I am the doer. The thought that I am the doer is sannyasa. Relinquishing the thought that I am the doer is sannyasa, right? Relinquishing the thought that somebody has to be protected. Arjuna, as a Kshatriya, to relinquish the thought of having to protect others is very dangerous. Right? So saying that sannyasa, if you were to equate sannyas as the process of merely basically wielding weapons, or merely the thought that I should get rid of the karma of wielding weapons, is basically also violence. In fact, Srila Prabhupada often said that not wielding weapons or not protecting others when you have the potential to do is also a form of violence. So violence means or himsa means to be of any cause of hurt to others. Sorry, I'm just taking a pause. Yeah, correct. So yeah, that's very nice. So akartatva anusandhanam. Akartatva anusandhanam is a very interesting phrase. And this is actually, if you want to solve mysteries, solve such mysteries. People want to be challenged. People want to do something challenging, है ना? ये भी अनुसंधान है. क्या अनुसंधान है? कार्य कर रहा हूँ, कार्य कर रही हूँ, उसमें अकर्तृत्व अनुसंधान. How to discover that I am not the doer when I am doing? What a nice point, right? You are doing something and discover that you are not the doer. What a discovery! Research paper अच्छे निकलेंगे ना इस पे. What nice research you can do, right? This research paper I write, but I am not the cause of this research. That is my research. How this, and in fact, for those who appreciation for mathematics, they actually feel like that. They feel this existed. It is just unfolding itself. You know, it is actually truth. I'm not writing. I'm not presenting something which is out of the blue. It is there. But it is just like, sometimes you have these puzzles, seeing something which nobody will see, but it is there. And once you see, you can't take your eyes off it. You know? Huh? You can't take eyes out of it because it exists, of course. It's just a revelation. It's called Akartrutva Anusandhana. What a beautiful name. Vedanta Deshika says like this. So, this is karma sannyasa. And this results in equality in output, right? You're doing, whether you're doing or not doing, there's equality. Otherwise, when I am what I do, then if I don't do, I am not. नहीं कर रहा हूँ कुछ नहीं हो रहा लाइफ में, बोर हो रहा है. अरे बोर क्या हो रहा है? When you're doing too much, you're tired and want nothing to do. And when you have nothing to do, you want to do. So you are neither here nor there. अकर्तृत्व अनुसंधान. You're at peace. नहीं है कोई बात नहीं, है कोई बात नहीं. Amazing, right? And actually, Srila Prabhupada embodied that. I mean, when he was in Vrindavan peacefully, with the nature, with the trees, he was at peace with himself. But US में गए प्रचार करने का इतना अवसर मिला, इतना अवसर मतलब he had no time to relax. That was also yatra. उसको यात्रा ही नाम देते हैं. In fact, all great sannyasis जब वो जाते हैं उसको विजय यात्रा बोलते हैं. विजय यात्रा is यात्रा, तीर्थ यात्रा is also यात्रा. दोनों यात्रा है. So, the fifth chapter tells us four aspects of Karma Yoga. Right? That it is easy to practice, it yields results quickly, and all those points. Right? Karma Yoga se saukaryam shaigrayam kaschana tadvidaha. Right? Brahma jnana prakarascha. It results quickly. It should be performed without the feeling that it was done by me. मैं करता हूँ. Not with that feeling. And Karma Yoga, thus practice will make one to realize all as equal. Right? Not that I am higher, someone else is lower. Because I am performing some action, I am delivering to someone, that I am a giver. In fact, the Vedic system is जो देने वाला है, that person is as grateful as the person receiving. In fact, the person who is giving is more grateful. मैं बहुत कृतज्ञ हूँ क्योंकि मुझे देने का अवसर मिला. So this easiness of Karma Yoga was also there in the third chapter. But in the fifth chapter, there's special emphasis on quickness of results. Right? It's like two sides of the same coin. You have that consciousness while acting, and you have the result with you already. Now, with that very beautiful, you know, consciousness, let's delve into this beautiful pastime of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So tomorrow's, there were too many festivals, so many festivals this week. I was trying to pick from all of them which festival I should speak on, ranging from Basant Panchami to all the way to Nityananda Trayodashi. Today is Bhajans Ekachakra, and then tomorrow is Varaha Dwadashi, Varaha Day. So we'll talk a little bit about Varaha Day also. Basant Panchami. So we start with Basant Panchami a little bit, but of course there's so much to talk about Nityananda Trayodashi. Right? I'll start with Lord Nityananda Prabhu and then talk about Basant Panchami. So Nityananda Prabhu, a great personality who the Vaishnavas, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas considered not different from Balaramji. He embodied this beautiful principle of Saukarya, easy, Sahajta. For many people, the whole process of performing activities becomes a burden. On the other hand, giving up the results of activities becomes a bigger burden. But how to perform activities with ease? In fact, Kevala Ananda Kanda. Parama Karuna, we just chanted that, right? Here you see. Parama Karuna Pahudujana Nitya Nitai Gaura Chandra. Sava Avatara Sara Shiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda. Kevala Ananda Kanda. They are very merciful, they are the essence of all incarnations. The specific significance is that they introduce a process of chanting and dancing that is simply joyful. So let's meditate on the presence in the location of Nityananda Trayodashi, which is day after tomorrow. And we'll talk about, oh, by the way, it was also Sripad Ramanujacharya's disappearance yesterday. That's why I remembered Vedanta Deshikar, that shloka I brought up. Varaha Dwadashi tomorrow. But we'll start with Nityananda Trayodashi and then work backwards to see how much we can cover. So, so who is Lord Nityananda? Right? Nityananda, first of all, such a beautiful name. Nitya Ananda mein hai, Nityananda. Name, naam mein hi bahut hai. But specifically, all of us on the altar, we can see the Pancha Tattva. Can we get Pancha Tattva? The Pancha Tattva. You can, no, everyone can, यहाँ लेके आ जाओ. The screen also. The 5 divine personalities. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Chant after me. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadha. Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Okay, we'll start with the left. Advaita. Advaita on the left hand side is considered combined presence of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. Shri Advaita. It's called Hari Hara. Hari is Mahavishnu and Hara is Lord Shiva. Hari Hara Tattva is Shri Advaita. Then we have Lord Nityananda. Now Lord Nityananda represents Guru Tattva, Adi Guru. But he also represents Balaramji. Same form, sequence you can see, right? To the altar here. The third is Bhagavan Tattva. Bhagavan Tattva is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Lord Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Radha Bhava Iti Suvalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. Radha Bhava. Descended, of course, not different from Krishna, but in the Bhava. How is Shri Radha so satisfied in serving? इस सेवा में क्या आनंद प्राप्त होता है? So, Bhagavan Tattva, but in the mood of Srimati Radharani. That is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The fourth is Shakti Tattva. Actually, Shakti Tattva is Srimati Radharani herself. She is Shakti. He is also called Gadadhara. Gadadhara Pandit. The last week, we actually discussed the story of Pundarik Vidyanidhi, a great Acharya, and how Gadadhar Pandit wanted to become Pundarik Vidyanidhi's disciple. That is Gadadhar Pandit, Shakti Tattva, representing Srimati Radharani. And finally, there is Bhakti Tattva. Sorry, that is Bhakti Tattva, right? And Shakti Tattva is Srivas Thakur. Bhakti Tattva is on the right hand side. Shakti Tattva is second from the right. I'm sorry. Shakti Tattva is Gadadhara and Bhakti Tattva is the first from the right. That is Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur, Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta. So I'll again make sure you understand. This is Gadadhar Pandit, Shakti Tattva. Srimati Radharani, this is the Shakti of Lord Krishna. And this is Gadadhar Pandit, this is the Bhakti Tattva, the form of Lord's devotee. So, now let's understand a little bit of the story of Lord Nityananda. And let's go actually to the beautiful, places of activities of Lord Nityananda. So, in Navadvip Dham, where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared and performed activities, in Navadvip Dham there is a bridge. You can see this bridge, right? So, near this bridge, there is this beautiful matha called Keshavji Gaudiya Matha. Shri Keshavji Gaudiya Matha. On one side of the bridge is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You can see this? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he is actually the most, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaura Tushena. Namo Mahavadanyaya is the most magnanimous form, giving out mercy. And on the other side, so one may say, oh, he's so Mahavadanya, he's so magnanimous. Can someone be more magnanimous than him? So it's very interesting. On the other side of the bridge is Lord Nityananda. Competition. Competition and kindness. Is that healthy? To be competitive in kindness? Right? This kindness is not like saying I do one side of this face and you slap on the other side. That's not kindness. That is stupidity. Kindness basically means that you are actually also benefiting the other person, not blindly forgiving. Sometimes slapping is also beneficial to the other person. So it's not, please understand, Nityananda Prabhu's kindness was the most mature and deep kindness. And we'll see that when that kindness has a transformative effect on the other person and that other person stops performing heinous activities, that is real kindness. Not that the person goes on a free license to commit more sinful activities. So Nityananda Prabhu, healthy competition between Nityananda Prabhu's kindness and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's kindness in this beautiful both ends of this bridge in Navadvip. Hari Bol. All of you desire to be there at this very moment? Let us go further. We'll take you through different places. So here, as you go far away, far in the sense couple of hours from Mayapur, Dolly, you'll come to this beautiful place called Ekachakra. Now, Ekachakra, आप सुने हैं Ekachakra का नाम? Have you heard of Ekachakra? In what context? Yes. In Mahabharata, there is Ekachakra. Ekachakra was where there was this demon. What was the name? Huh? Bakasura. Bakasura. He was Asura. He would every day need bullock carts of food, and along with that, some person had to be sent. Now, it turned out that the Pandavas took shelter at the house of one of the people in that village. When they took shelter, one day it turned out to be the turn of that family. The Pandavas, when I say, I'm talking about Mother Kunti and the 5 Pandavas. This was during the, right after the Lakshagraha, after the burning of the house of Black. The burning of the house of Black. So, we are celebrating Nityananda Trayodashi. Yeah, perfect timing to celebrate Nityananda Trayodashi. Thank you. Hari Bol. We'll welcome our Sairam, who has entered a very different phase of his life. We chant loudly, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. I'll talk about that phase when we talk about that same phase in the life of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Okay? So we'll wait for Nityananda Prabhu's phase to manifest, and then we'll tell how he has entered the same phase. Okay? Sairam will talk about it when we talk about Lord Nityananda. So this is a place called Ekachakra. Now the place where, and the Pandavas, they found the Brahmana is crying. The Brahmana's wife is crying. Everyone in that house is crying. Why? We are here. How can you be crying? No, it's a turn of my husband. But we are arguing. I'm saying you should not go. I will go. And they are arguing with each other. But in the mood of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Mother Kunti said, how can any of you cry when we are here in this house? A problem that has befallen upon you is also our problem. So, one of us will take care. In fact, my Bhima offered to take care. Of course, he took care very well. Right? Bhima gaye. Or did he come back? Yes, he came back. He took care of the demon so well that the demon ceased to exist. So Bhim gaye, pura entire bullock cart filled with fruits and so many wonderful. wonderful eatables. But by the time Bhima and bullock cart reached Bakasura, the bullock cart was empty, very angry. So this is what we hear about Ekachakra. Right? Now, as per historians, this is also a place. Ekachakra, there are many Ekachakras in India, by the way. So every Ekachakra claims to be a place of Pandavas pastime. There is also one place potentially that could have happened, which is fine. We don't have a problem with the same event taking place multiple places. We are not a linear system, right? Cyclic system. Lord Narasimha can appear in multiple places. The tattva is more important. However, the case of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, this is the place where he appeared, near Mayapur. Now, let's delve a little deeper into this beautiful um, appearance. So, on the Trayodashi day, which is what we'll celebrate day after tomorrow, to a great Brahmana called Sri Hadai Pandit, and to his very chaste Dharma Patni, Padmavati Devi, Lord Nityananda Prabhu appeared. This is exactly the place where he appeared. Now there's a temple that has been made in that. This he appeared in 1474 AD in the Ekachakra Dham. Now, interesting thing happened. Before Lord Nityananda Prabhu was born, a sannyasi appeared from nowhere. You can see, sannyasi has come. And this was before Lord Nityananda was born. He was later known as Shankararanya Puri. And he came to the house of Hadai Pandit. Actually, if you go to Ekachakra, how many of you have been there? Some of us have been there. Even now, you'll find lots of simple huts like this. So they were in that simple hut. And Hadai Pandit was a worshipper of Lord Shiva. Great devotee of Lord Shiva. Amma, Male. Amma, Male. So this sannyasi, Shankararanya Puri, he gave them blessings to have a special son. आपके बहुत ही विशिष्ट पुत्र होंगे. It's the house of Hadai Pandit. Now Hadai Pandit and his wife are so happy. See, because to be blessed by a great saint, to have special children, would mean that the child would also follow in the footsteps or be inspired, have aspirations. Like today, just like children have aspirations in Bollywood and other places, right? We have to create aspirations for children which are along the lines of these great personalities. Because that those aspirations drive them in their life. So Shankararaya Puri's coming and blessing was a festival, and what do you see? By the divine interventions and blessings, Nityananda Prabhu was born to them. Now, before Nityananda Prabhu, we discussed right different Shaktis, right? Bhakti, Shakti, right? Advaitacharya was Sadashiva. So many of these personalities had appeared before Nityananda Prabhu. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared afterwards, but Advaitacharya had appeared beforehand. Srivas Thakur had appeared beforehand. He had appeared ahead of Nityananda Prabhu. So when Nityananda Prabhu appeared in Ekachakra, there was a very loud roaring coming from a Shiva temple. So there is a very beautiful Shiva temple called the Maureshwara Shiva temple. If you have gone to Ekachakra, have you gone to Maureshwara Shiva temple? Not very far from their place of birth. तो वहां से एक बहुत गरजने की आवाज आ रही थी. Very ancient Shiva temple. See, all these temples are so beautifully connected. It's like a fabric. There is no rivalry. Because by the blessings of Lord Shiva, they have a great devotee of Lord Krishna. So, this deity roared very loudly, Maureshwar Dev. In fact, It is explained that their deities, Lord Shiva's roaring loudly was akin to Advaitacharya roaring, because Advaitacharya is Lord Shiva. So they could understand that this is the roaring of Advaita and a great Avadhuta is appeared. Avadhut. Nityananda Prabhu को हम अवधूत भी मानते हैं. And in fact, we'll sing a beautiful bhajan little later on Lord Nityananda. Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan Patiya che namat jivira karan Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan श्रद्धावान जान है श्रद्धावान जान है प्रभु राज्ञाए भाई मागे ये भिक्षा बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण करो कृष्ण शिक्षा नादिया गोत्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजन. That is Avadhuta. He absolutely no reservations, no ego. That's why I brought up this beautiful. It was so inspirational to read this uh, from Vedanta Deshika. I found it so beautifully gelling. The most merciful form of Lord Nityananda Prabhu came to my mind the moment I read this verse by Vedanta Deshika, the 5th chapter, the benediction it offers. Sahajam, right? You see this entire word. Saukaryam Shaidhayam. That is Nityananda Prabhu. Instantly giving mercy, freely giving mercy to everyone. It all starts with intent. अगर मन में जगह न हो, right? If you don't have space in your heart, even if you have a big house, that house will be very small. But if your heart is large, like we see the beautiful case of Nityananda Prabhu, right? How do you see that? Well, because the prayer, it started with the prayer. It all started with the intent with which his appearance was. Great sannyasi like Shankaracharya Swami, blessing Hadai Pandit and Padmavati Devi, and they feeling elevated with that blessing. And here is the roaring of Shivalinga, actually Advaita Acharya. And Avadhuta has appeared. And this was, as I said, the same deity which Hadai Pandit would worship. So this is the beautiful temple. This birth was extraordinary to this world. Right? This is a place. Now, when the child is born, the umbilical cord is actually also appeared. Now, this umbilical cord of Nityananda was also buried there. The umbilical cord is later on cut, but that is considered so auspicious. It was buried there by Hadai Pandit and Padmavati Devi. So even today, you can have darshan of this beautiful temple. This is what we should do, right? We should document all these beautiful holy places, create such feelings for people to. Book my show में ये सब लिखना चाहिए ना? क्या कहते हो? Book my show, book. Here is a journey through Ekachakra. What do you say? At least desire. If you can't even desire, we can't create. Right? So this is the Nityananda Kunda or Nitaya Kunda. So when Lord Nityananda was growing, this is a lake where he used to wash his personal belongings every day. Now it's called Nitaya Kunda. Now it's explained that inside this Nitaya Kunda there is another very invisible Kunda called Ananga Kunda. Ananga. Do you know what is Ananga? जिनके अंग नहीं है. In the spiritual world, Ananga Manjari, it's explained that Ananga Manjari is a younger sister of श्रीमती राधा रानी की जो छोटी बहन है उनका नाम है अनंग मंजरी. और अनंग मंजरी को बलराम जी ही मानते हैं, बिकॉज बलराम जी एक्सपैंड्स. बलराम जी क्या क्या बनते हैं? भगवान के आसन बन जाते हैं. ये भी बलराम जी है. ये मृदंग प्रभु जी भी बलराम जी है. इनफैक्ट जो भी सुविधा में लाउड स्पीकर भी हम ऐसे बलराम जी को ही मानते हैं. शक्ति जो भी सेवा में भगवान को उपयोग करता है, सब बलराम जी मानते हैं. तो बलराम जी अनंत शेष बनकर हर जगह एक्सपैंड हो जाते हैं. So even when he wanted to serve Srimati Radharani, he appeared as a younger sister, as Anangamanjari. And since Nityananda Prabhu was not different from Balaram, this Kunda is also called Ananga Kunda. See, look at it, right? We may have so many stories, but look at the way the stories are manifest in the names, the traditions of the locals. This is to be captured. क्योंकि आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे जो ट्रेडिशंस में सालों से आया हुआ है, it is also reflecting the stories. So this kunda is called Anang Manjari, and it is said that uh, inside this there is another invisible kunda. Nitai kunda has this invisible kunda called Ananga kunda. Now in the next Hantu Gada. It's a very beautiful place. Nityananda Prabhu had. Now we are not going chronologically through his pastimes. Okay, this is more of a different presentation of Nityananda Prabhu. Now when Nityananda Prabhu later on, he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In fact, he did not manifest his preaching pastimes. प्रचार कभी तभी आरंभ किया, भले ही चैतन्य महाप्रभु से वरिष्ठ थे. प्रचार आरंभ तभी किया जब श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने उनसे आग्रह किया. He requested, in fact, he instructed Nityananda Prabhu. He said, please go and preach in Bengal. So then Nityananda Prabhu took upon himself to preach. Now, there is a beautiful, once he started preaching, he inspired so many great devotees like Raghunath Das Goswami. तो हंतुगढ़ करके एक जगह है, देखो, this is very interesting. Festivals in हमारे भारत में किस विषय पर त्योहार बनाते हैं? त्योहार भोग प्रवृत्ति में नहीं होता, त्योहार त्याग प्रवृत्ति से निर्माण होता है. सो जब सेवा भाव में कोई विशिष्ट संबंध जुड़े तो त्योहार बन जाता है. दीपावली क्या है हमारे लिए? दीपावली वो है जब श्री राम के आगमन के लिए सब तत्पर थे. Longing, their hearts are, everyone's heart is burning for the appearance of Lord Ram. That is the festival of Deepavali. Festivals are for purification, festivals are for invocation, festivals are for seva. So, in this Hantu Gada, a very beautiful festival occurred, which is called the Chida Dahi festival. Dahi Chida. Here, Raghunath Das Goswami, Shad Goswami में एक गोस्वामी थे, वो नित्यानंद प्रभु से मिलने के लिए आए. तो नित्यानंद प्रभु ने कहा, देखो वहां पर दही और चिड़ा, जैसे बंगाल में परंपरा है, चिड़ा इज लाइक चिप्ड राइस, पोहा, इनको मिलाकर आप सब बहुत सारे भक्तों में बांटें. इनफैक्ट मेनी डिवोटीज आर अकम्पनिंग, ऑल ऑफ यू प्लीज डिस्ट्रीब्यूट. So it's interesting to know what was Raghunath Das Goswami himself. He was a householder. He wanted to join the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri. But उनके पिताजी उनको बार-बार रोक रहे थे. Don't go. Every time you try to run to Jagannath Puri, his father would stop you. So after several failed attempts, Raghunath Das Goswami, see, look at this. Last time we heard a similar story about who? Which another Acharya? Lochan Das Thakur? You remember? Lochan Das Thakur also wanted to, he was actually married in childhood. So like this, Raghunath Das Goswami also wanted to leave home. किंतु उनके पिताजी ने, माताजी ने उनको मान के रखा था, वर्जित था. तो वो क्या किए? He heard that Nityananda Prabhu, he is at this place called Pani Hatti. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he thought, see, maybe I should be seeking a mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. With his blessings only, I should take sannyas. With his blessings only, I should enter the renounced order, not by directly trying to be Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So cultured. Remember, in the case of Lochan Das Thakur, also I heard told this how the in-laws of Lochan Das Thakur went to the guru of Lochan Das Thakur and said, "We are very worried. Our daughter is married and he wants to leave home." See, that is how strong the family relationships manifest in these pastimes. It's not that you just run away. No, there's a calling towards Krishna, but that calling towards Krishna is inclusive and not exclusive. है ना? क्योंकि संन्यास लेने का क्या अर्थ होता है कि our family has expanded, not shrunk. Whole world has become your family. So therefore, when Raghunath Das Goswami thought, oh, I'm not able to meet Lord Chaitanya, let me go and meet Nityananda Prabhu. Get his causeless mercy. So when Nityananda Prabhu saw Raghunath Das Goswami, he, from a distance, he said, huh? You want to get purified? You want to, of course, you have a wealthy father, big inheritance, and you want to serve. So he said, please arrange a festival. तो सेवा करनी है, चिड़ा दही का उत्सव मनाइए. तो चिड़ा और दही का उत्सव. So what did he do? See, now he just said Chida Dahi Utsav, but Raghunath Das Goswami gave a twist to that festival. See, it is not that, something is told to us, oh, kar dala maine. In fact, in Vedic tradition, there is nothing like kar dala. Karo to bhavna se karo. You create a festival out of it. Now, I mean, as far as I have read, it is not that Nityananda Prabhu said, create a festival out of it. He said distribute Chida Dahi. But Raghunath Das Goswami took this desire so deeply, in such a cultured manner, in such beautiful gratitude, that he converted it into a festival. Chida Dahi Utsav. Now, of course, can you give me Chaitanya Charitamrita? Chaitanya Charitamrita is such beautiful description of Chida Dahi Utsav. In fact, the invitation was sent so far and wide. People from far, they crowded the banks of this river. You open the Chida Dahi index there. So, when he organized this as a festival, so many people got attracted. People came from far and wide. Lord Nityananda was so happy to see Raghunath Das Goswami execute this desire of his as a festival. Isn't it? Isn't it so inspiring? In fact, it is said, Srila Prabhupada was told by his Guru Maharaj, why don't you go and spread the message of Lord Chaitanya at the West? Now he could have said, चलो, गुरु ने बोला है तो जाके आता हूँ, एक चक्कर मार के आता हूँ, रिटर्न टिकट भी है, वन ट्रिप, हो गया, क्या जाके आगे वाले. No, to take that as your life's mission. Can you imagine? This is the depth of gratitude and connection. In fact, many of these great acharyas, उनके जो काम है, जो ऋषि परंपरा है, पूरी ऋषि परंपरा कृतज्ञता पे चलती है. It is based on the gratitude of repaying, not that the Guru has said you have to do X, Y, Z in all its details. The details is a sign of love. प्रेम और कृतज्ञता का प्रतीक है जो हमारी ऋषि परंपरा में विषय इतने आगे ले जाते हैं कि कभी-कभी, in fact it is said that the disciples sometimes exponentiate the work of the Guru. जो इतना सा था उसको इतना विस्तरित करा देते हैं ताकि लोगों तक पहुंचे ये विषय. It's not that there is arrogance. Oh, let me do something better than my Guru. That is the other problem. What? He just told me to do a small Chida Dahi festival. Does he even know what I'm capable of? दिखाता हूँ मैं. आप आके देखिए, मेरे प्रबंध देखिए. That is the other extreme, right? I will show what I can do. अरे मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया से आया हूँ. पूरा गाड़ी ट्रक भर के लेके आए हो, ये क्या छोटा सा चिड़ा दही बोल रहे हो. So much. In fact, what happens then? That festival becomes a burden. बाप रे इसका फेस्टिवल आ गया. महंगा नहीं था, इतना बड़ा फेस्टिवल आ गया. So that is the other extreme. Sometimes in relationships also. You have entered a beautiful ashram. Be very sensitive. Sometimes we do activities as if it's a big upkar for the other person. I never asked for this upkar. So you have to understand the sensitivity of what Raghunath Das Goswami did. He's trying to find a menu. Beautifully described there. The menu was, as I said, he's only chira dahi bataya tha, but he created one preparation which had mangoes, and it's very very delicious. Mangoes, jaggery, dates, camphor. That's how it's described in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. There was another preparation which was milk. That was with milk. There was another which had dahi. Right? You know the ingredients? Jackfruit. With dahi. With dahi, what are the ingredients? Yeah, Ohio of course is there. I'm asking for other ingredients. He'll find out and announce very soon. Mangoes. So this is a beautiful place called Handugada. Now, after Nityananda Prabhu's birth, there was also another son born. Okay, this we may not know so much. His name was Banka Rai. खड़ा पंडित को एक और पुत्र हुए थे, उनका नाम था बंका राय. But he disappeared at a very young age. Now, in the case of Banka Rai, it's described that once many laborers were clearing weeds. You can see these weeds, right? So Banka Rai told everyone to go for lunch. Please go for lunch. And he started clearing everything. तो जब माता पिता को पता चला, अरे बंका राय हमारा पुत्र इस प्रकार साफ कर रहा है, so it explained that he hid behind the weeds and then he disappeared. And they were searching and searching. And then there was an aerial voice, Akashvani, said, I am now disappearing, but I will appear as a wooden deity on the next Ekadashi. So, I mean, Trayodashi hai parso, and the coming Ekadashi after that, imagine, right? Then I will appear as a wooden deity. That's the story that goes around even in Ekachakra. So exactly on the Ekadashi day, Bankarai he floated back, it's explained there, on the Yamuna river nearby. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu took and installed the deity exactly where the deity appeared. You can see this is the Bankarai where the deity appeared. Later on, the Bankarai deity was moved to another temple called Bir Chandrapur. So Bankarai is worshipped as Lord Krishna there in Bir Chandrapur. And the river where he appeared, this is considered as same as Vrindavan. So the entire place is actually also celebrated as Vrindavan. It's very interesting again. ऐसा नहीं कि वृंदावन एक ही जगह जाते थे, जगह जगह पर वृंदावन है. मतलब this, if you go to South India, it's a Karak Vrindavan, right? So the whole concept of Vrindavan, not South India, that's another Vrindavan. Karak Vrindavan कहाँ पर है? Sorry. Jaipur, yes. Jaipur, correct. So the whole Vrindavan manifests in multiple places, pulled by the consciousness of the devotees. So this was the consciousness of Nityananda Prabhu. Finally, we found your menu. Just read this beautiful Bengali. So this is what I'm going back to the previous festival. He says, Dadi chida bhakshana karaha moragane shuniyamendita hoila raghunatha mane. Please feed my associates yogurt and chipped rice. And this made Raghunath Das Goswami very happy. Saikshan nija loka pathaila grame Akshaya Dravya Loka Sabagrama Hoitane. So what did he do? Raghunath Das Goswami arranged all kinds of volunteers to purchase different kinds of vegetables. Now the ingredients come. Chida Dagdhi Dugdha Sandesha Ara Chinna Kala Sabadravyanana Chaudike Dharila. What were there? Chipped rice, yogurt, milk, sweet meats, sugar, bananas. And then he obtained 5 or special, especially large earthen pots. And then in those pots, they started soaking chipped rice for the satisfaction of Lord Nityananda. In one place, chipped rice was soaked in hot milk. The first one has hot milk in each of the large pots. Then half the rice was mixed with yogurt, sugar, and bananas. Okay, so one pot hot milk, and the other half rice was put in yogurt, sugar, and bananas. Then there was another part of the chipped rice which was mixed with condensed milk. There were multiple preparations, and another kind of banana was mixed with that called champakala. And then clarified butter, sugar, and camphor were added. So like this beautiful. And then it's explained that Nityananda Prabhu, this is the preparation. How he seated रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी ने कैसे सबको बिठाया, भोजन के लिए बिठाना, भोजन को खिलाना, प्रेम से खिलाना, ऐसे खिलाना जैसे कि ये हमारे ही है. So how he made them see, it was so beautifully described, and Lord Nityananda Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so happy. In fact, it's explained they were serving everyone personally. The festival was organized to please Lord Nityananda, but Lord Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu themselves are part of the festival organization. Not that त्योहार हमारे लिए बनाए हैं तो हम बैठ के भोग करेंगे. Like this. Thanks for showing that. So here, now later that same year, okay, we are telling stories, but later that same year, later that same Shankararanya Puri, he magically appeared. So now we are going back to Nityananda Prabhu's childhood. He came to Hadai Pandit's house, but he did not enter the house. He stayed under a tree. प्रतिदिन हराय पंडित के माता पिता क्या करते थे, उनको भिक्षा देते थे. तो एक दिन भिक्षा दे रहे थे तो क्या हुआ, सन्यासी शंकरारण्य पुरी ने एक बहुत ही विशिष्ट भिक्षा मांगी, वेरी स्पेशल भिक्षा. व्हाट वाज दैट भिक्षा? एनीवन नोस दैट भिक्षा? क्या भिक्षा मांगी? आप हमें नित्यानंद प्रभु दे दीजिए, आपके बेटे को दे दीजिए, ऐसी भिक्षा. ऑफ कोर्स हराय पंडित रिमेंबर्ड दशरथ महाराज's pain on being separated from Lord Ram. जब विश्वामित्र मुनि ने मांगा था, but Hadai Pandit, he promised he'll give, and he, since he was a grahastha, he gave this alms. No, it's not here. Oh. Some of this is not showing. Next picture, but basically what I was trying to demonstrate in the next picture is how the entire village. So he gave away Nityananda Prabhu to Shankararanya Swami, but the entire village of Ekachakra plunged into sorrow, unable to bear the separation of their son. In fact, Hadai Pandit and Padmavati, both of them left their bodies. दोनों भगवान को प्रिय हो गए. So of course, for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Lord Nityananda Prabhu holds a very special place. holds a very special place. And here in this beautiful depiction, there's an explanation of how, what is the expansion, right? From Balaram, the second quadruple expansion, two quadruple expansions. Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna or Aniruddha. That's the first expansion. फिर उनसे दूसरे expansion है, again the quadruple expansion of Vasudev, Pradyumna, Aniruddha and Sankarshan. Now it's explained that the मूल संकर्षण जो थे वे अवतरित हुए चैतन्य महाप्रभु के वरिष्ठ भाई के रूप में, शंकराचार्य स्वामी. In fact, that Swami, Shankaracharya Swami, is understood to be the elder brother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after taking Nityananda Prabhu away, he infused or entered into the existence of Nityananda Prabhu as Sankarshan. So this is the understanding and respect Gaudiya Vaishnavas have for the appearance. And that's how Nityananda Prabhu is considered non-different from Balaram. In as much as the elder brother of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Shankaracharya Swami is considered non-different from Sankarshan. So there's a very beautiful near Ekachakra. जैसे मैं बताया ना, एकचक्र में वही जगह मानते हैं जहाँ पर बकासुर का वध हुआ था भीम द्वारा. So Ekachakra is related to the Pandavas in that sense. And in fact, many archaeological findings also show that Pandavas lived at Ekachakra, the same Ekachakra which Nityananda was born. Towards the to the end of the Lakshagraha. So this is where the archaeological findings show the ghee lamp that was used by Kunti Devi in Ekachakra. And you'll also find some beautiful depictions there. For example, Pandavatala, where you'll find that where Vedavyas met the Pandavas. In fact, Vedavyas met the Pandavas several times. Vedavyas had a very critical role to meet in the life of Pandavas around the time of Swayamvara. जब द्रौपदी से विवाह हुआ पांडवों का, तो लाक्षागृह के तुरंत पश्चात ही स्वयंवर के लिए निकले थे. So Vedavyas already said, he already told that, foretold that she will marry all five of them. So it was not all of a sudden. This is, you'll find the depiction, the killing of Bakasur. ये दिख रहा है आपको Bakasur का killing, Vedavyas meeting them. All of them you'll find in Ekachakra. In fact, you'll find in Ekachakra the story I told you already, but there's a fossilized kneecap of Bakasura demon. This Bakasura who used to kill so many Brahmanas, so many family members. But of course, he was finally killed by Bhima. We saw that. Bhima, in fact, ate up everything that was meant for Bakasura. So, this is the kneecap. जो knee का cap है उसका बड़े demon का वो वहाँ this kneecap can be found there as a fossil. So वहाँ पर जो अभी भी जाओगे तो वो जो पुजारी है बोलते हैं कि थोड़ा सा वो fossil if you want, it's very obnoxious smell, and he attributes it to Bakasur's bad activities and especially his habits. So now question comes. In many if you see many depictions of Nityananda Prabhu, you'll find only one ear. एक ही उनका कुंडल दिखेगा, दो कुंडल नहीं दिखेगा. So where is the other ring? You know. So when Bhima was sent to Bakasur with the bullock cart laden with food, so it said that Arjuna also wanted to kill Bhima. So Arjuna also wanted to kill Bakasura and say, I don't want Bhima to fight. Right? So he shot this. Arjuna actually shot this Naga बाण. भगवान शिव से जो क्या था उसका नाम? From Lord भगवान शिव से जो प्राप्त हुआ था अर्जुन को, पशुपतास्त्र, करेक्ट. So this dangerous snake manifested and was flying to the place of the demon. This is another story that goes there, right? Then you can see. But by the time the arrow reached, Bakasura was already killed. So the snake was living in a hole nearby. That's the story that goes. Snake was living for so long. अब भेज दिया अर्जुन ने, कहाँ हूँ, बांट तो दिया भीम ने बकासुर को. So it was living in a hole nearby, right? Because Bhima had killed that, he thought I'll go to a hole here. So what do you think happened next? So this, it was harming everyone else. It was there. I mean, नाग है तो नाग है. अर्जुन के गांडीव से आया इसका अर्थ नहीं कि नाग चूहा बन जाएगा. It has a purpose, right? So later it was harming everyone, and Lord Nityananda saw this. So this, see, many of these stories also manifest the compassionate mood of that person. Stories are also consistently woven around the mood of that person. So it actually was biting everyone. So Lord Nityananda Prabhu, he said, you should not harm anyone for your food. किसी को आप चोट मत पहुंचाइए अपने भोजन के लिए. So there you'll find a Kundali Tala. Such beautiful pastimes. Just from the point of view of telling stories to children. ऐसे stories बताओ भाई. हाँ? Why these nonsensical stories from Bollywood? क्या है उसमें? I mean, वहाँ पर प्रत्यक्ष you'll find a historical site there. It's worth it, right? Even if you just consider it to be a story, it's so beautiful. पांडवों के समय से वो नाग घूम रहा है और वहाँ पर एक तीर्थ स्थान बन गया, कुंडली तला. So he used one of his earrings, Nityananda. He had a big earring. He closed that hole, and the earring was just large enough to fit that hole. So it's a conversation भी बताया जाता है. There was a conversation. The में आस करे बंद कर दिया तो बाहर कैसे निकलेगा? ये क्रूरता तो ये भी क्रूरता है. I mean, पेटा वाले तो चले ही जाएंगे वहां पर. What will you do? So how will I survive? It was a predicament. So Lord Nityananda also arranged a plan to feed the snake. Said you will have a temple here soon and people will come and feed you milk. So it's there. The temple is still there called Kundali Tala. And the earring of Nityananda Prabhu can be seen as a solidified stone there. And Lord Nityananda never replaces kundal. So अभी भी आप उनका एक ही कुंडल देखेंगे. Paintings and so beautiful, right? Such beautiful stories, pastimes, and actual places which manifest that compassion. The same compassion, of course, we hear in great detail in the pastime of his preachings. So he would go, "Jare dekhe tare kare, dam ke trinadhari." जिनके भी घर जाते थे होते थे दंते तृणाधरी, मतलब holding a blade of grass between his teeth, which was taking a very humble position. Please chant the name of Krishna. भगवान का नाम जप कीजिए. अब सोच के देखिए, going to every person on the street with this humble state. Nityananda Prabhu did this. Why? Because गौरांग महाप्रभु की इच्छा है कि हर कोई भगवान का नाम ले. He did this everywhere and he landed up with जगाय और मधाय. आप जो लेफ्ट में देख रहे हैं, जगाय और मधाय बहुत बड़े बताया जाता है कि this was a bonus term of Jay and Vijay. Jay and Vijay first came as हिरण्यकशिपु and हिरण्याक्ष. उसके बाद रावण कुंभकर्ण और उसके पश्चात शिशुपाल और दंतवक्र. बोले चैतन्य महाप्रभु आए हैं, नित्यानंद प्रभु आए हैं, हमारा भी एक और टर्न आना चाहिए. So the bonus turn, it's explained that they came as Jagai and Madhai, of course, but they were genuinely such. They were conducting demoniac activities. It is said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita there was not a single पाप जो उन्होंने ही नहीं किया था. हर प्रकार का पाप कर डाले थे. But they never lied. So Nityananda Prabhu saw कि उनमें वो एक गुण है. There's a potency to transform, right? So Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur was also with Nityananda Prabhu, and they were preaching. Jagat Madai were intoxicated, and one of them hit. Who hit? Madai hit uh, Nityananda Prabhu with a wine bottle. Bottle, matlab wine pot. He started bleeding, and then that happened. The news when it reached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was so angry. You can see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so angry. He almost invoked, क्या उनके हाथ में क्या दिख रहा है? चैतन्य महाप्रभु के हाथ में सुदर्शन चक्र. सुदर्शन चक्र से मारने वाले थे. नित्यानंद प्रभु ने रोका, बोले नहीं. Actually, Madai hit me, but Jagai tried stopping him. देखिए, right? Even the attempt to stop someone who's trying to commit a sinful activity was considered as a positive. Please, आप यदि शस्त्र उठा के सबको मारने लगे तो इसका क्या होगा? I mean, here you have come to be compassionate on others. So please be compassionate. And Lord Nityananda Prabhu, you can see he is trying to hold the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, begging his kindness. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed his compassion, and you can see so kind that both of them transformed. In fact, अभी भी आप जाएंगे वहां पर उसका भी evidence है. There's some Madhai Ghat, because they committed so many sinful activities. क्या करना चाहिए? तो Madhai, you please go and create a ghat. घाट मतलब जहां पर लोग जाके अपने कपड़े धोते हैं. There, if you create a ghat, people will remember you. A place where they wash their clothes is a place where your sinful propensities can be washed. Not by going to some place once a week, but actually rendering service. So still Madhai Ghat, beautiful place. Right? So this beautiful depiction of lotus feet. And in fact, if you look at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu, they match exactly the description of Lord Balaram's Pada Chinha. So this is the beautiful song we sang, Parama Karuna, Pavu Dvijana, Nitai Gaurachan. Please be kind upon me. Bhajo Bhajo Bhai Chaitanya Nitai, Sudhara Vishwasakari. Please worship the Supreme Chaitanya Nityananda Prabhu. Vishaya Chhadiya Sera Se Majiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari. Because that is their aspiration. Why are they behind us? So that we chant Hare Krishna. So we sang this at the beginning. I'll just conclude with one last pastime. So just before, we can go on and on. There's so much to be discussed. But flash very soon. Some pastimes and conclude. So just before taking sannyas, Lord Chaitanya came to see his friend called Gauridas. He came from Chandipur to a place called Ambika Talna just by crossing the river, by rowing a boat. So, Gauridas Pandit, he had an elder brother, Suryadas Sara Kela. So he had two daughters, Vasudha and Janva Devi. So he gave Janva Devi, he gave Janva Devi in marriage to Nityananda. Right? So this entire is very interesting. This was just before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was about to take sannyas, and Nityananda Prabhu was getting married. What an amazing pastime, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu का संन्यास लीला है और नित्यानंद प्रभु की वहां पर विवाह की आयोजना हुई, because it was related to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meeting Gauridas, whose Pandit, whose friend, his daughter hand was given to Nityananda Prabhu. So the whole point of we were discussing the 5th chapter, right? Sannyasa Karma Yoga. So there are two sides of the same coin. Here you have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking sannyas and Nityananda Prabhu entering Grihastha ashram. They are not contradictory. As Grihastha, Nityananda Prabhu did many things with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a sannyasi. Had to restrain himself. How could a sannyasi interact with drunkards, Jagai and Madhai? But Nityananda Prabhu, as a Grihastha, yes, he could. Each have their strengths. This is a very beautiful pastime. Maybe you are hearing from this story, those who heard for the first time, a very different manner, right? This is through different holy places. So this is Gauridas Pandit. These paddles you can see. These paddles were given. Um, Now this is very interesting. Gauridas Pandit gave those paddles which were used by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to cross. He gave the same paddles to Nityananda Prabhu. He said, here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has crossed to take sannyas. You take the same paddles to help carry people to cross the ocean of samsara. So he is entering Grahastha Ashram. Blessing for you, right? Here our Sai Ram. This message was specially for you. I hope you like this message. Sai Ram just entered Grahastha Ashram. So I wanted to complete this beautiful story. Take these pedals and help people cross the ocean of samsara. This is what Gauridas Pandit told Nityananda. Beautiful pastime. Just so touching. So this is the house of Gauridas Pandit in Ambika Kalna. The same house, and now it is a temple. And here you will find the story of, here you will find the deities of Nityananda Prabhu and Gaurang Mahaprabhu. And Gauridas would every day cook nice preparations and feed them. I mean, it's explained that Gauridas Pandit was no different than Subala Gopal. Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram and Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. So they manifested the Vrindavan and entered into the Leelas, swimming, playing, cow herding, and so many, right? So now the same story of Gauridas. After spending many days, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu wanted to leave. But Gauridas Pandit, he started crying. Because it was such a transformative occasion. He did not want to miss them. In fact, आप जाएंगे तो मैं यहीं पर धराशायी हो जाऊंगा. I'll just leave my body here. So what did, you can see this beautiful. So Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, we will become deities here. So Gauridas Pandit had a habit of serving them like their own children. So even after they manifested as deities, they were instantly manifested, but they would walk and talk like Gaur and Nitai, Gauridas Pandit. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu were about to leave. But again Gauridas stopped them. How can you go? In fact, all four of you should stay back. This is how greedy a devotee becomes. अभी तो पहले दो थे, अभी चार, कोई नहीं जाएगा बाहर. This is how attached a devotee is, right, to the Supreme Lord. So Gaur Nitya बोला ऐसा नहीं करना है आपको. So after a lot of conviction, he let Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu leave. The deities remained there. So then, yeah. In fact, it is explained that beautifully described the Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Such beautiful poetry, right? It was like this. Who are the deities and who are the original? समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. Once he was chasing behind the. I mean, this is worth a lot of time. We can't cover all this. There was one moment chasing after the Gaur Nitai who were leaving, and they would manifest as deities, and the other Gaur Nitai would start leaving. Such beautiful description, right? Just hearing this is nectar to the ears, isn't it? You can see these beautiful deities of the mandir at Ambika Kalna. This is the deities there. Jai. And you'll still find the two pedals are there. And there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had some Gita and Bhagavad Gita, and some Gita verses were missing. He wrote them by hand. All of them are there. So it's preservation. In fact, our Bharat Jan, we signed a recent MOU with Bhaktivedanta Research Center. So ये सब उसके अंतर्गत है. There's so much literature lying there, right? Unfortunately, most of the internet text in Bengali is only Bangladeshi. I mean, you can imagine what Bangladeshi Bengali is about, right? We have to actually fill with positive, such cultural heritage. Right? So with this, I think we'll, we can discuss, right? More and more and more, but this is the conclusion. Gauridas had a disciple called Hridayaranda. So I'll conclude with this, hopefully. So Gauridas had a disciple called Nityananda, and the appearance day of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was coming. So Gauridas was on a tour. The same story is continuing, and Nityananda was waiting. So, uh, big invitation was sent because Nityananda was waiting and Gauridas Pandit was coming. And Nityananda had arranged a big festival, but Gauridas Pandit happened to come one day earlier. And when he saw a big festival is being arranged, he scolded. Why such a big festival? But nevertheless, the next day, because great devotees, they don't want to have festivals, right? But the next day, a big party gathered at the banks of Ganges. And devotees, all of them assembled and were celebrating and dancing and chanting. Now, because this festival was there, can you imagine what happened to the Gaur and Nitai deities? The naughty deities? क्या हुआ होगा? Everyone came and were chanting and dancing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What do you think happened as they were chanting and dancing? Huh? The deities also jumped out from the temple at Ambika Karuna. इतना बड़ा फेस्टिवल है ऑर्गेनाइज किया है तो हम भी तो नाचेंगे तो दोनों नाचने लगे गौरीदास से रहा नहीं ये तो बहुत हो गया earlier you were trying to run out then I stopped them they were running out and now finally I struck a deal and you are supposed to be here आप भी दौड़ रहे हो यहाँ वहाँ so Gauridas Pandit took a stick आपको वहां ठहरना है जाओ वहां पर took a stick and started running behind the deities and it's explained so beautiful story the deities they said where do we go now हम तो कहीं और है altar से बहुत दूर है so they entered into the heart of Hridayananda जो हृदयानंद थे जिनके शिष्य थे जिन्होंने ये सब who had organized the entire festival they said the best place for us is to hide in his heart because his heart is so big he's arranged a big festival for his guru so they arranged entered into his heart so Gauridas Pandit is explained he went and embraced Hridayananda his name is Hridayananda उनका नाम हृदयानंद था तो गौरीदास ने उनका नामकरण किया कि फ्रॉम टुडे योर नेम विल बी हृदय चैतन्य कि आपने चैतन्य को अपने हृदय में स्वीकार कर लिया and then the deities returned back to the temple. This is a story that goes about naming about the entire pastime, right? So we'll conclude now with a beautiful bhajan. I hope you enjoyed this small tour through Ekachakra, Navadvip, Ambika Kalna, and we'll sing a beautiful bhajan and chant the holy names. Okay. So this was a slight detour from the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. But I really relished it. Hare Krishna. पढ़ पा रहे ना Nadiya Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan Nadiya Godrume Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Patiya Chena Mahata Jivera Patiya Chena Mahata Jivera Patiya Chena Mahata Jivera Patiya Chena श्रद्धावान जाना है, श्रद्धावान जाना है, श्रद्धावान जाना है, श्रद्धावान जाना है, प्रभु राधाई भाई यही भिक्षा, प्रभु राधाई भाई मांगे भिक्षा, बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण करो कृष्ण शिक्षा, बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण करो कृष्ण शिक्षा, नदिया गोधूमे नंद महाजान, नदिया गोधूमे नंद महाजान, अपराध शून्य हो यह कृष्ण नाम, अपराध शून्य हो यह कृष्ण नाम, कृष्ण माता कृष्ण पिता कृष्ण धन प्राण, कृष्ण माता कृष्ण पिता कृष्ण धन प्राण, नदिया गोधूमे नदिया गोधूमे इत्यादि कृष्णेर संसार घोरो छायानाचा, कृष्णेर संसार घोरो छायानाचा, जीवे दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार, जीवे दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार, नदिया गोधूमे इत्यादि नदिया गोधूमे नित्यानंद महाजान, पाठियाची नाम हट जिरे रटरम्या, पाठियाची नाम हट जिरे रटरम्या, श्रद्धावान जान है, श्रद्धावान जान है, प्रभु राधाई मांगे भिक्षा, बोलो कृष्ण भजो कृष्ण Krishna Shiksha. अपराध शून्य हुए लो कृष्णा। कृष्ण माता कृष्ण पिता कृष्ण धन कृष्ण संसार गया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म नादिया गोदुमे नित्यानंद पतिया नाम हट जीवे श्रद्धावान जान दे श्रद्धावान जान दे श्रद्धावान जान दे श्रद्धावान जान दे प्रभु नाम जय जय दीक्षा Hare Krishna Shiksha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Nityananda, 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 Jaya Nityananda. Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram. Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki, Nityananda Prabhu ki. So, welcome Sai Ram. A very auspicious occasion of Nityananda Prabhu's Trayodashi discussion. The Sai Ram blessed into the Grahastha-shrama. So let us all chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra very lovingly, welcoming him back on this beautiful occasion. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, bro, so much for the
Hare Krishna.